Thanks for joining us for Understanding Real Estate with Realtor Becky Cobb of West Cobb Alliance, part of the ReeceNichols Real Estate Group in Neosho.
So this morning, Becky, I keep telling my realtor I don't want to see any offers below a certain amount, but they keep bringing me these offers. Why?
Because your realtor is obligated by law, by ethics, to present all offers to you. So if they have an offer in writing or even verbal, it is their job to notify you of that offer and make sure you understand all the terms, the ramifications of it, so that you are fully educated on anybody that presents an offer to you. I know, being in that position, you don't ever want to make a decision for your seller. And so that's how I am as a realtor. I'm not going to make a decision for you. I'm going to present you with all the information you have, help you weigh the options. Yes, no, we can always counter to an offer, but it is not my job to make the decision for you. And if I kept that information from you, that would be an ethics violation, and I couldn't sleep at night. And I like sleeping at night.
I got a question for you this morning, Becky. Have you ever had somebody tell you that they do not want a sign in their yard?
Sometimes we will have sellers that say, I don't want a sign in my yard. I don't want my neighbors to know what I'm doing. I don't want a sign in my yard. So when we're going through a listing presentation, we will be discussing that with the seller. Sometimes I can actually see, all right, yeah, you know what? Maybe you don't need a sign. It's not as important. But I would caution people that are trying to sell a product, and when you have your house listed, you are trying to sell a product. You want to do everything you possibly can to draw notice to that. And so a sign in the yard is a traditional real estate tool. It's always a good idea. Buyers may happen to drive by and call off the sign. And so it just is, again, one of those things that draws attention to your property. And so what do the nosy neighbors know? Sometimes the nosy neighbors have the best prospects for your home. So I'd say put the sign up, but if there's good reasons and you and your realtor discuss it and you say, nope, we're going without a sign, that is an option.
Well, this morning, Becky, what can you tell us about home winterization?
Well, one thing I'm going to tell you is, as your realtor, I feel strongly that, you know what, we all need to do a better job of taking care of our homes. And winterizing your home may be something that you overlook. I always have to think, okay, now we've got those vents underneath our house. They're supposed to be open in the summer and closed in the winter. Have you gone around and checked for that? Have you made sure that your hoses are disconnected as we get into the time of year where the water is going to be freezing? Let's get those hoses disconnected. Have you done all the things that will protect your home from having damage during the winter months? Again, you check those attics and check the insulation up there. Things that will just help you save on your heating bills. Look around, make sure you don't have any gas leaks if you're going to be using, like, say, that gas fireplace. Make sure that that's safe and operating. Your home is one of your biggest investments. Having your home checked by professionals periodically is a really good way to invest some money and protect your investment.
So, Becky, if I've made an offer on a home, but then I change my mind, what do I do about that?
It really depends, Luke, on what point you've changed your mind. If you changed your mind immediately after you've written the offer and the seller has not accepted the offer, we can rescind that offer. If we have a home inspection period, not so much changing your mind, but you have a home inspection period and you find some legitimate concerns that make you say, I cannot deal with the problems that this house appears to have, that's usually another opportunity where you can terminate your contract. If there's a financing issue that comes up, that's really between you and your lender. You hopefully have been pre-qualified and that won't be an issue. But if there is a true financing issue that occurs during the period of a contract, that's another contingency that could allow you to step back from a contract. But the thing that people need to be aware of, these are legal and binding contracts, and you can't come down to a week before the seller has moved all their belongings from this home and you just wake up one day and you say, I don't want to buy that house. Well, you very likely will be liable for some damages, and it'll be greater than just losing your earnest money. And so you need to really consider that carefully and honestly consult with an attorney at that point. It is never advisable to be breaking a real estate contract, especially once you're about to the point of closing.
So, Becky, I'm trying to sell my house. Should I have an open house or not?
You know what? It's not a bad idea to have an open house. It draws extra attention to your property. There's usually additional advertising and marketing that your realtor is going to do to focus on your property during that week leading up to the open house. Most realtors will tell you it's rare that the buyer for your house will actually come through at your open house. But again, one of the biggest things we're trying to do is market your property and increase public awareness of it. And for example, I had an open house last Thursday. Not too much happened at the open house, but I've had a couple good follow-ups from agents who I think may be more aware of that property because they saw the marketing for it for the open house. So there's more than one way for an open house to be beneficial for you. And again, increased awareness I think is huge.
If you would like to know more about understanding real estate, you may contact Becky Cobb at 417-592-3245 of the West Cobb Alliance, your realtors for life. Find out more on the web at neosho.homes.